Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at one of Dota's most popular heroes in Bristleback. It's also, I would argue, one of Dota's best heroes right now. I think Bristleback is incredibly scary in the current meta after it received multiple buffs to Warpath in the recent patches. Not that there's been a patch in a while, but you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so either way, we're just going to be looking at his gameplay, and I kind of just want to analyze, like, what does this player do right and what does he do wrong? After all, this is Russia. It's a Russian game, and he's Guardian 3. So let's hop into it. He pops off going 11, 4, and 12 this game, and let's check it out. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. So getting into his starting item build, I'm definitely a little bit questionable on the Sage's Mask. Other than that, I think it's fine. I like the variation in regen, having some mangoes, a little bit of tangos, some branches, all things looking good. I will say that I'm not going to get too much into nuanced laning throughout this video. I want to focus on macro mistakes, general gameplay ideas, because just for a bit of perspective, if I was to get real niche about everything in today's video, I would argue that because the Void is not in the lane right away here, he should actually pull aggro onto the range and immediately attempt to deny the creep. On top of that, if Void was in the lane, he would actually want to Quill right away to prep the range creep secure later on. Basically, level 1 Quills are trash until you build up one stack of it. The first usage of Quill does only 25 damage, it's nothing. The second is obviously significantly more, doing 53, and as a result, you can actually use it to secure creeps. So, when you're playing the laning stage, you want to Quill multiple times. Not only does it pressure the enemy, it also kind of just shoves in the wave a little bit, not too hard, but a little bit. And when you slightly shove in the wave, that's generally a win, guys, because you're going to have a slight creep advantage, which is basically going to make you trade just a little bit better, and the small things add up in Dota, and they add up actually very quickly. Other than that, very good last hitting coming out from him here, going perfect in the first wave. Pretty freaking solid, looking to rush a Ring of Health, which looks pretty good to me. And I don't honestly mind that he's not quilling too much here. I think that's fine. The Void isn't contesting him, neither is the Grim, and so avoiding giving too many sticks away is actually good. Definitely here, I understand why he's diving. I mean, Void did use Time Walk. The only problem is he tanks the tower a little bit, you know? The only advice I can say is don't take half your health and tower damage. Oh my gosh, he ate a branch. Dude, that is my literal pet peeve. Oh my god. I've had so many of my coaching students do this. I don't get it. What makes people do this? It's like, oh, it gives me double regen, but it's like, it's just double the duration, not the speed. So like, if you have 3 tangos, you don't need to eat it. Like, just save the stat. You're just one stat down now, which makes you just a slightly worse hero. I just don't understand. It triggers me so much when I see this. Either way, let's continue on. Looks like he's going for the Ring of Health Rush. I would have liked to see him start to send his courier actually towards the secret shop here, considering he's only 200 gold away. Where is he going? He literally saw them pull. What? No, don't go for the kill. No, don't do it. Honestly, he might. I mean, the only problem with this dive is he has to get out of the tower. Oh my gosh, dude, this guy is actually not that bad. Dude, Guardian players have gotten so good compared to what they used to be, at least at laning. Like, when it comes to laning and last hitting, okay, let me rephrase. Not necessarily when it comes to overall laning mechanics, because they, like, practically never creep aggro, but, oh my god, did he TP to the tower? Oh my god. Dude, like, this guy's last hits are so good, but then he just does this shit. All he had to do, just for some perspective, all he had to do was take this creep wave, go to here, connect the wave, and then lane here. And he would have been in a really nice position because this Void has a Clarity. What in the world? Why is Void shipping out another Clarity? I'm blown away. Either way, he should have just connected the waves. These guys are 0 HP. All you need to do when you're winning the lane is get it back. If you get it back, you can pressure them off the creeps. And the creeps are really what matters, guys. Creeps give a lot of gold and most of the XP. So please, if you're winning the lane, focus on getting it back. through side pulls, creep aggro, or dragging like we saw there. This TP is frankly a tragedy because it burns. I don't think people realize when you TP, guys, it's a hot. He hit his other branch. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I actually can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe. I just can't believe it. All right. Honestly, the Sage's Mask is like, it's like very questionable because it probably should just be a stick considering you want to buy wand on this hero and he had 2 branches. I guess maybe he knew he was going to eat the branches. So the Sage's Mask, he's probably not going to buy a wand. I feel like Guardians have like something against Magic Wand. I feel like no one buys it in this bracket for the most part. I'm not sure why, considering it's like arguably a top 5 item in Dota, like contesting smokes and wards, but either way, let's move on. He's going for the Soul Ring next. I like that. I like that he bought Ring of Health into Soul Ring. I think the other way around is pretty trash most games. But his laning stage was looking so good until he did all this dive nonsense, and all of a sudden his CS has kind of taken a bit of a tumble, and as a result his net worth is not nearly as high as it could be. It's still good. He's crushing the Void, which is good. He's actually very good at last hitting when he's just playing the wave. I'm impressed. I'll say it. I'm straight up impressed. Oh, a little bit of kite out here. Okay, taking goo at level 4. I'm fine with that. Not bad, not bad. Basically, if this guy learned the concept of not diving and just playing more so for the creeps, because he's already very good at last hitting, if he got a little bit better at denying and then stopped diving, he would actually just be a menace to the Guardian bracket. But all right, let's continue on. Why is he buying a Bracer? Wait, what? Why would you go back for Bracer? I don't understand. You already have a regen item. You don't need, you have quills to like shove the wave, so you don't really need like damage to last hit. Why is he diving again? All right, let's continue on to the more towards the mid game. And honestly, the main thing I'm gonna want to talk about for his general improvement, dude, why is Void hitting him in the back? Oh my gosh. But the main thing I want to talk about, I would generally want to talk about for his general improvement is when you're playing Bristle, like while you are a pressure hero at level 6, as we'll see him diving here and actually ends up picking up the kill, might even find the Grim, is essentially his gameplay, like while he's getting these kills and that's great, and like that's a really good recognition that he could kill both of those heroes, that play is extremely risky. And I just want you guys to understand that, okay? The reason why that play would be largely looked down upon in high MMR games is because it kind of, let's say the mid laner TP'd in, he would just die. So basically he's putting himself in the only position where he could get ganked. Now, if he had a Vanguard and the mid laner is a hero that doesn't rotate, that's fine, right? Then he actually could dive. But he goes for this really weird Bracer and then back into boots. And I don't hate the boots, especially if you're winning your lane and you hit an early level 6. The boots help you flash farm a bit quicker and actually go for kills. So it kind of synergizes with his gameplay. So I respect that, you know what I mean? Like, it actually makes sense in this game for him to go this route. The problem is, it's just like he delayed his Vanguard so hard that he actually ended up dying. I mean, sorry, that he actually almost ended up dying. He actually didn't end up dying, and so that's why his net worth is so freaking high right now. And Void, oh my gosh, this Void is bottom 2 net worth. Woo! Let's move on. But yeah, the main concept that I wanted to talk about earlier is just playing for last hits. These players generally play for kills, and everyone in the Guardian bracket largely focuses on kills. But when you're playing a hero like Bristleback, who's unkillable, generally you're not able to kill Faceless Void. Now, this guy unfortunately has some sort of fetish for clarities. I don't know why, and he has yet to purchase a magical stick, which is causing him to be easily zoned out, but typically it's not very easy for Bristle to zone a Void out. And so what you would want to do is take the creep wave from here, kill the small camp. Take the next creep wave, kill the large camp. And by doing that, you would hit ridiculous item timings and beat the enemy in lane without having to dive a tier 1, which could get you killed. All right, next up, our boy He on the Bristleback is going to be queuing up an Ags, and I like that. And honestly, I respect how this guy's playing. He's itemized largely for the way that he's playing, except the Bracer's weird. Bracer over Wand is an absolute sin. I'm really surprised a lot of players just don't understand how good Wand is. Like, it almost makes me feel like they either just are bad at using it, it's like too many buttons or something. I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, all right. Talking about this play, it's kind of just, he just didn't need to hit the tower. I mean, I can get why he wanted to commit for it. The only problem, does he have no Warpath stacks, or is this a replay bug? Surely it's a replay bug. I know he just stopped casting quills. Why did he stop casting quills? His Warpath stacks just ran out. Oh, okay, it was actually slightly a replay bug. But make sure in the early game, guys, when you have this much mana, you're casting a Warpath. Another reason to buy a Magic Wand, so you can actually do that without running out of mana. So I think it is an absolute sin that this guy does not have him. I know I'm repeating that a lot, and because it's a big deal. Like, it really is a big deal. If you're gonna play any hero in this sort of way where you're constantly skirmishing and you don't have a Magic Wand, you're just simply bad at the game. Like, I cannot, there's no other way for me to put it. And so basically, comically, honestly, the moral of the story for this guy is he would actually 1v9 these games if he just stopped killing himself on towers, and if he bought a Magic Wand and went, you know, a better item build. Because he's just dying to, like, literally to the tower, which is crazy, because he could just kill them all if he wasn't constantly 4, 5, 6, 800 HP down from not heroes. All right, so he's gonna keep going back top, which I actually like. He's created a lot of space for the Jug this game, which is kind of a big reason why I'm a big fan of Bristleback in pubs. Even if you do die, if you play this way, which you can play this way, like this very aggressive style, I think it's totally reasonable. And I love the fact that he has phase boots considering how he's playing. And there's quite a bit of physical damage on the enemy team, from Marcy's E and ulti to Void to Snapfire's E to Gush. It's a good game for this. So he goes back and farms the Ancients here. It's not bad, not a terrible idea. I would have liked to see him go back top. This is pretty low skill. Running mid here, the only reason why you would run mid is to take this tower, and no one else on his team is set up. On top of that, he has very limited information to know whether or not this is a good play. And so in general, this is kind of just a waste of time. Now you might be like, Speed, he's baiting rotations. It's like, is he really, or is the enemy just bad? Because that's kind of the thing you have to understand. Bristleback is OP on Axe. He's delaying his Axe. He's about to miss a double wave, this camp, arguably these two camps. He's giving up a ton of farm to commit, which anyone could have farmed. And I understand he's looking for the tower, but his team is not in a position to do it. On top of that, the tower is not that low, and so it's just not really the time to make the play. Like, is it gonna work out? Because he's seemingly, I don't want to say this guy's smurfing. I don't think he's smurfing. I really don't. But I mean, he gets the tower, which you might be like, oh, that's pretty good, right? Like that's maybe a good play. But here, let me give you just a quick alternative of how this also could have played out. Because let's admit, him taking mid tower was kind of just random. It was just random, right? It wasn't really based off specific information. I don't think he did it because spells were on cooldown. I think he just did it because he happened to clear the small camp and was next to mid, which is not a good reason to do something, right? In Dota, it can be the natural rotation, but it's not necessarily a good reason just to take the tower because you're in the area, right? So what he should have done is, after he killed the Ancients, he should have went back top, right? He could have then farmed this camp, then this wave, then this camp. And you might be like, oh, it's kind of dangerous. He has no vision. Well, that's also why he should buy himself a ward. On top of that, he's very hard to kill at this point in the game. So realistically, even if he goes back top, he would be fine, right? He wouldn't be in danger. And so he could clear all the way through. And then after taking this camp, he's very close to mid. And then he could wrap on mid, right? He could actually close the gap on mid, and he would be very close to his Axe, right? So it would have just been a much more efficient route, considering I don't really think this mid play was based off anything, which is my big problem with this play, right? It was very, very random as he continues to tank the tower. This guy just loves eating tower shots for some reason, as he's typing in Russian in all chat. And so yeah, even though this guy actually has had pretty good last hits early on into the wave. I think he had 23 last hits at minute 5, which is very, very good, especially for this bracket. It's definitely very good. And yet he only has, at minute 21, 132, which for Bristleback as a hero, and you might be like, oh, but he's the offlaner, he's the space creator. It's like, guys, he's basically been farming. You know, has he been fighting? That's for sure. He has been fighting, but what I'm saying is there isn't really a good reason for him not to be way more farm. He got a 20-minute Ags timing, and it's not like he had a bad lane. It's not really like he got shut down. He doesn't have like hard hero counters in the early game. There's no Viper or anything like that. Void time dilation is annoying, but it doesn't kill you. And so really, it's just it was just very inefficient gameplay in the early game. He didn't clear up a lot of camps. He didn't really push his limits at all. Like, he was very far ahead and could have largely farmed this dire jungle. He didn't farm these camps at all this game. And you'll see if you watch like MMR, who's one of the best, he's OG's offlaner, one of the best offlane players in the world. If he wins his lane, his team will often place a ward for him, but just in pubs, do it yourself, right? It's extremely easy. And even if he doesn't have a ward, he probably still would do this. Like, if you put MMR in this game with no vision, he would still do it. because he's just going to be like slightly ahead. He would buy a wand and then he would just farm these camps because they're going to need, realistically, they would need 2-3 heroes to kill him. It depends on what heroes they're bringing. Like I would say Snap plus Void plus Grim could probably kill him. But it would take them a lot to kill him. All right, let's get into our first Ags team fight of the game. His Disruptor's dead, Snap's respawning, Grim is dead. Seems pretty reasonable to look to cut across here. Once again, he didn't really farm too many of the camps on the way, so not a huge fan of the efficiency, but all right, let's get into the fight. Doing a good job of spamming here. Just be a little bit careful of diving the tower, but all things are good. Hitting the Marcy, that's fine. Onto the Tide Hunter next. Okay. They are absolutely demolishing the enemy team. Is he gonna dive? Oh no. Oh, they're gonna kill him too. Oh my god. I love this guy, dude. What a Chad, man. This guy, I don't know what drugs he's on, but he is crazy. Of course he's got the Heart of Taras queued up next. It just fits his personality perfectly, even though he absolutely should either buy a Lotus or like a BKB, because time dilation absolutely destroys your hero. It's very miserable to play against. He just simply doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's even diving the tier 2. 1v4. Get in there, buddy. Come on. Now, just to be a little bit more serious for a second, realistically, what he should be doing here is Roshing and once again farming the top dire camps. And you might be like, okay, Speed, when does he fight? After Rosh. He can literally just take Rosh. He can solo it right now. And then go run and kill everybody within Aegis. Because you have 2 lives. Like, there's no reason not to. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, basically, this is it's an unneeded risk. And sometimes, yeah, you could like shut down a certain hero by making this play before Roshan. And there are times to do that. But 9 times out of 10, if you can Rosh for free, you Rosh for free. It's just a good habit to get into. And basically, no one in the Dota scene, still to this day, really considers Roshan at the right times. It's a very hard thing to consider, but it's brutally important and people don't care, seemingly, or they forget. So he ends up going for Shivas here, which I absolutely do not understand. Like, it's like not even that good against Void as a hero. This is like a BKB carry. I don't really feel like the enemy team heals quite a lot, so the anti-heal's not that good. It's just bad. Oh, dude, I feel so bad for this Void. Is he Herald? Like, what is this Void? I don't understand. Like, how is Void the same rank as Bristle? Like, practically the same rank. I actually don't understand. There's, like, no way this guy's smurfing, right? Because this Bristle doesn't look like a smurf. I mean, maybe he's, like, an account buyer? Not an account buyer, but maybe he's getting boosted? I don't know. Like, the thing is, I mean, I really didn't pick this replay with the intent of looking at it like that, but I don't know. I doubt it, because the item build is like, it's like good, but it's horrible. At the same time, his gameplay is like brutally aggressive, not in a good way. Like even here, like he just does not care. This Marcy is literally beating his ass and he just does not care. He's like, yep, I might die from full, but let me just try to take the tower real quick. Okay, he should have died there. But alright, that's going to be the end of today's video and my critical analysis of He's Bristleback gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I want to get the community involved quite a bit. I'm going to be home on vacation for the next few days, probably when this video comes out, but I do want to say that on Discord, there's 2 things I want to mention to you guys. On Discord, number 1, if you want your game reviewed, typically, this is something I obviously do as my job and for money on the side. I do it privately, but I want to do it for free for you guys on YouTube. Of course, I'm not going to be able to fit everyone in, but I want to do the occasional analysis for you guys. So hit me up on Discord if you want your game turned into a video. I think it would be a lot of fun. Obviously, it will be extremely helpful for you guys. And yeah, I hope to see you there. Peace. And that's all. But remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.